Right, we're going to do a video on repairing this JCB pin and cone headstock. It's had the usual problems where the middle plates are broken out, so we're going to cut them off and what remains of that one. Plasma some new ones out, weld them on and then line bore them through. So we'll start off by gouging the remains of them off. Someone's had a go at repairing it before, but not much success. So we'll gouge all that off, get it back down to smooth bare metal and then go from there. Right, I'm ready to gouge these off using 8mm carbonite rods. Got that off. Because of how much weld prep these have on them, you have to dig in quite deep to find the separation line, so it is quite difficult. You just have to gouge plenty out. You can see in there, found the separation mark now, so gouged enough out onto that side now. That's most of the gouging done. We'll clean that up with the grinder now, and then we're ready for the new bits to weld on. I've got all them gouged off and cleaned up. What I've noticed, there's a crack. I'm not sure where that is as well. There and there. And there as well. So I'll get crack detection spray, spray it on, see what it says. Well, that's definitely a crack, is that? I think we'll have to gouge it out and then weld them back up again. Spray the penetrant on. Just have to give it 10 minutes now to seep in, and then we'll see if there's any cracks. Yeah, we've done the crack detection spray, and there's a crack there, some on there, so we'll have to gouge them out and then can weld them back up. I've got it welded down to my bench. I've got it pre-stressed with a bit of plate under the middle, so when I weld it, it doesn't pull back and bow. Just wants to preheat now, and then I'll weld them cracks up. I've got the cracks filled in. A few odd points where I've gouged in a bit too much with gouger, but they'll fill in with weld when I weld the plates on. So I'll plasma the plates out now. Here's one I made earlier, as I say. I'm just going to alter this one a bit. For some reason, on the older plates, on the older JCBs, they have more metal around here, so I'm just going to alter this and give it a bigger radius around there, because they often tear out across there. And then I'm also going to alter this bottom. I'm going to make that straight across there, and then put a little hole in there for the pipes, because they rip out across there, or rip out across there. So put a bit more extra metal in across the bottom. That should help. Right, so I've altered that now. See, there's more metal around there than at the bottom there. Made it straight across there and put a hole for the pipes to go through. So I'll save that as a DXF, and then we'll open it in sheet cam, ready for the plasma. Right, I've got that nested in sheet cam. Got a nice lead in and lead out on the holes. We'll have to pre-drill these because it won't pierce 25mm. So, and then that one is a bolt hole that needs drilling and tapping, so it's just going to put a pierce mark there just to mark this hole centres. So I'll save that onto USB stick, and then we'll go and get them cut out. I got my file loaded in. It's a old Bernie 3 controller with a AlphaTech USB adapter. Got my plate on there ready. There's some I've cut out previously. And I'm using a Tech Arc 95 amp plasma. So that's them cut out. Just want cleaning up a bit of the grinder. Reasonable cut quality, just a bit of slag to knock off. And then there's them holes there to drill, tap M16. They also need weld prepping on them edges there, just that one, same on the other side. Want V-ing right back out. That's why it takes so much cutting off, because there's quite a lump of weld in there. So yeah, we'll do that. I've got them prepped up, them ground down there, ready to go in. That's how JCB do them from new, so that's how I'm doing them.
I say rock to the rhythm, but don't stop. Cause get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, but don't stop. Get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, but don't stop. Cause get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, but don't stop. Get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, but 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 rock to the 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 rhythm, you don't stop. Rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. You got a funk, got a beat, show shot. Rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. You got a funk, got a beat, show shot. Rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. You got a funk, got a beat, show shot. Rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. You got a funk, got a beat, show shot. Say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Cause get a funk, got the beat, show shot. Say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Cause get a funk, got the beat, show shot. Say rock to the rhythm, don't stop. Get a funk, got the beat, show shot. I say rock to the rhythm, 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 rock to the 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 rhythm, you don't stop.
I've got them tacked in there now. I purposely tacked them in a little bit lent over like that because I know when I uncut it from the bench it will just it'll bow back a little bit, but that'll just nip that in. And I'm gonna cut a plate and press a plate to go in there, up there, across there and down there as well, so that'll keep the gap right. And I just need to tack a bit across there, stop it pulling in, and then we can weld it up more. Preheat it and then weld it up, and then after we've got it all welded up we can line bar that hole through. Purposely done that where that's 59mm, where the pin that goes through is 65mm, so there's plenty there to line bar out. Just going to tack some runoff plates on there as well, there and there, and then I've got somewhere to start on with the weld rather than starting on an edge. Right, they're all welded on. Not my best looking welds, but they're good and strong. Burnt in nice. We'll just wait for it to cool down and then we'll take it off the bench. And we've got them welds to do, and then them welds to do. We'll have to have it right way up to do them, and then upside down to do them. I'll copy in this headstock. This is one, I think these are made by Cherry. These have an extra bit in there. I've never seen one of these break when they never seen one rip across there when I've got that extra bit in, and they've got an extra plate across there as well, and they've got the bigger bits around there. I've got that bit of 8mm plasmid out and pressed. I'm going to weld that. Just going to go in there, weld that in. It'll just take some of the stress away from that weak point across there. That's all the welding done now. I've welded an extra plate in there, plasmed it out and pressed it to fit in there. I didn't video that because the video is getting a bit long and boring. And I've also put a plate in underneath. It goes from there across to there just to seal up that cavity, and just a bit of extra strength. Welded, it's got something to weld onto there. So yeah, pre-stressing it has worked. It's nice and straight down there still. To see how much heat and weld has gone on all onto this side. So yeah, it's ready to line bar now. Pleased with that. I'm going to do the line bar in this part 2 because this video is already quite long and boring. So if you're interested, I'll see you in part 2.